And we are live. Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to another Adapt Tech or Adapt Talk. Sorry, I'm butchering all my words.
You got there in the end.
Yeah. Once again, I'm joined by Jacob, and oh my god, I can hear myself on my phone. Everything is good on the stream by the looks of it. Stream is fine.
Good.
Stream is good. We got 50 subscribers. It's a 50 sub special, boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got 50 subs, which is pretty cool.
Now we just need to upload.
Yeah, the last upload was from a video which I did 2 weeks ago. I'm also uploading this week again, and I'm pretty happy with the video which I've created. It was about the lavalier microphone, and without spoiling the video, it's an alright lavalier microphone. It's not, and I think it's good, right?
Yeah.
Good value. It's not going to be a USB microphone killer, and I don't expect it to be.
No.
Like, I talk quite highly of it because I did like it quite a bit, but that is not the point. So, what have you been doing this week? Anything like tech related? What have you been doing, man?
Well, this week it's a Monday, so not a whole lot.
Well, last week then. Usually we do this on a Sunday, so we can kind of wrap up the whole week in one.
So my week consisted of me being ill all week. I was actually going to make the video,
But then
I was ill all week, from Monday to probably late Friday, and then I worked over the weekend, so I just didn't have a chance. But I am in the process of buying a PS4 controller to do the Xbox One versus Nintendo Switch versus PS4 controller for gaming on PC.
I've had like a video idea, and that's like talking about used hardware. And that's very much a time-based thing. So in a certain way, it's good because we can always just fall back onto it, like, maybe every, 2-3 months or something. Like, if there's no other video that we got in, like, the immediate short term, we could just whack one of those out talking about the current state of the market. And something, it's just an easy, nice way. And if we do it in a more refined format rather than what we're doing at the moment is very raw.
It's very raw. No thumbnail, no background, nothing special. Yeah,
I've been meaning to get around to doing that stuff at the moment, but I just can't be asked, Yeah. Basically, me with everything in life at the moment.
Yeah, it's hard to not procrastinate when you've got so much stuff going on outside of what is essentially
all you just want to do is
channel.
Just
like, it sounds horrible, but the channel's not grown yet, right?
I mean, we got 50 subscribers.
Woo! No.
Congratulations, we got 50 subscribers.
Yeah, no, it's hard to put loads of time into a video that you probably isn't going to get many views, and I understand that. But you got to think though, is that a lot of our videos do get quite a lot of views. Like these Adapt Talks, not yet. But the thing is though, a podcast tends to be for a loyal audience,
hardcore fan base.
Right now, we've got a fan base of people who want to watch a tutorial every now and then. We've not got a subscriber fan base, really.
Tutorial? I don't think we've ever done a tutorial.
No, but do you know what I mean? Like a review channel.
That's essentially what we are at the moment.
People come to us for a review. They don't come to us for us yet. And maybe in the future. For me at the moment, I feel, and this is going to be a little bit weird, like I spoke off camera about like me saying, I might sell my 1080. I essentially bought my 1080 for 350 quid, so if I flip it anyway, I'm going to get a profit when I sell it, like immediately. Yeah, definitely.
So like, no matter what, I've made profit off of it when I sell it, like if I sell it within the reasonably near future. So I'm always going to make a profit, but like the thing is, what am I going to buy like next? And I think like I could get away with like an online 290, something like that, but they're so expensive for what they are.
The thing is though, it's like, could you go back? Remember you had a 290 before, didn't you, or 290X?
No, I had a 270, which I'm currently using as a coaster.
Oh, okay. So you had a 270.
Then I got a 970.
Yeah, and then a 1080 Ti, and then a 1080. Like, that's a huge difference in power between a 290 and a 1080.
I remember feeling way more satisfied with a 980 Ti than I did with the 1070. Yeah. Main reason being, though, for the satisfaction, which I'm talking about, I think it's because I've got a reference blower card here. So, like, it feels...
Oh, do you?
Although it's a higher... Like, the GPU itself is a better GPU, but the graphics card in general is lower quality, if that makes sense. Talking about just, like, the card design, everything about it, like, it's just lower quality.
Yeah. I know what you mean. 100%.
300 quid for an R9 290 pre-owned.
That's ridiculous. See, it's probably because they're still good at mining.
Yeah. That's the problem. Like, people are even 200 quid for the cheapest pre-owned R9 290. I would not pay that. Like, I don't know, like, only like a year and a half ago, I think you could have got one of these reasonably cheaply. Like, you would have been able to get them for like 100 quid, 120, 150 absolute max. Around that area is what you'd expect to pay for them. And then the Vapor X ones from Sapphire, they were beautiful cards.
They were nice cards. Does Sapphire still make Radeon cards?
They make Radeon cards. They've only ever made Radeon cards, but they make some nice looking ones for the R9 580, RX 580. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. I've not heard a whole lot about those, simply with the fact that people are snapping up to mine.
Nobody buys.
No.
They had the Nitro series at the moment. I preferred when they had the Toxic series and the Vapor X and.
Yeah.
It's so funny because, like, I look back and I'm like, oh, dude, the R9 200 series had the best looking cards, in my opinion, from AMD. And like now they're okay, but they're just not that fantastic. Like, you got...
I look at all these new cards and they all look the same.
I get the new one looks clean. I like the RX 580 now. It looks clean. It's nice. It's respectable. And that's something I can appreciate. Hang on, I'm going to just send this to you as a message. That's what the 580 looks like. It's clean, but it's not the same. I still prefer the old Vapor X kind of look because it wasn't clean.
It looks like a rectangle.
Well, I mean, like, it just looks. I don't mind that. I think it looks.
I think it looks like a card from Palette.
I completely disagree. I couldn't disagree more.
No, I think that looks quite cheap.
Really?
When you look at it from the top, I think that looks really nice. But without seeing the size of it, like, as soon as you see it from the side angle, it looks quality. But just looking at the front, I think it looks cheap.
I don't know.
I
feel
what
like
it is about it.
I kind of see what you mean from that angle, but like, I think it's literally the shroud though. Like the holes in it makes it look like some soft, soft rubber plastic kind of thing. Which has an eye, and that can be good. But I see what you mean about that kind of thing. I also think it's the fan placement. But if they made like a really nice, clean kind of thing, I think it would have worked really nicely because the back plate looks amazing.
I know it's a bid, Skymer, but I'm going to send you this.
I never trust bids. They always go to ridiculous prices. In fact, we spoke about this on the very first podcast we ever did.
Yeah. Well, I know it's a bid and everything, but like, how would you consider something like that?
Depending on the price, hell yeah.
Yeah, like how much would you sort of go for? Like 200 max or less?
Yeah, 200 max would be the most I'd pay for something like that.
Yeah.
And reason being is because I just want to get something that's relatively cheap,
Yeah, I see what you mean. See, if you were going to sell a 1080, you could probably get 700 back for it. Not 700. So
yeah, I was going to say, like 500 is what I'm reckoning. Especially since they're all out of stock everywhere at the moment, so it's price inflation.
380.
The 380 is a bit slow.
Better than a 290?
Actually, no.
Was it not?
No, the 390 was literally just a rebranded 290.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
Better thermals and better overclocking and better everything else. Would have been good if they didn't like rebrand it as a 390 because it implies it is a completely different generation. What about a 295X2? What about that? That's gotta be not working. Hunting for used parts.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never been a massive fan of used parts myself, simply because I would prefer to save up a little bit longer to buy brand new. But that's simply for the fact that I feel as though you feel better when you build a PC brand new because you know it's yours. It's a completely stupid argument, but you also have like all the warranties still working. You don't know what the card's been through. They could have had benchmarks online on it constantly.
I was about to say warranties are usually shite out of my experience. Out of all the experience that I've had with warranties, the only warranty I'm ever going to trust is a warranty from Scan and overclockers. From Amazon and from manufacturers directly, I've had like the most painful experience. Yeah. They'll like take your GPU and you won't have a GPU for 2, 3, 4 weeks sometimes before you even get a response back from them saying, oh yeah, there's this issue with it, and we're going to need to charge you X amount because it looks like it's been held in these certain conditions. You should have read the fine print, the classic.
I swear I got
social
my
network or something like that.
The same price as that.
You probably did.
What the actual hell?
Yeah, and it's out of stock as well.
That's a 1070.
How much do they cost? 659 quid. What the hell, man? I thought, well, you know what? I could sell my 1080 and I don't know, like
brand new for a 1080. You're looking at 650, about £700.
They're just going up.
Yeah.
They're just going. I could get 550 for mine.
I don't know why they're still going up though.
It's because people still want graphics cards, Ouch.
The thing is, what I'm scared of happening is that the people start to sell their graphics cards to make money, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then people get used to paying absurd prices for graphics cards.
Okay.
Because let's be honest here, I don't know whether AMD or Nvidia are, but I know the stores are taking full advantage of this.
Yeah.
Because stores are putting the prices up.
Well, I think that the whole supply and demand thing's going to come into impact, and immediately once all the cryptocurrency, because okay, I'm no economist and I'm not qualified, so this is just going to be my personal opinion, so don't quote this. This is just pure opinion based on non-statistical data. And so basically what I'm saying is it's completely invalid and you shouldn't listen to it. But basically, I think that cryptocurrencies are just a bubble that's going to burst, and how long it's going to take, I don't know.
Absolutely.
But that's just my opinion. Holy shit.
What?
So the R7 260X is being sold for 80 quid. I wonder if I could sell mine for 40 for 50 or something,
Could you? I don't know.
R9 270. Ouch. Let's go buy it now. 85 quid. It's the cheapest.
See, I think, like you said,
and I'm using it as a coaster.
They're gonna burst. Cryptocurrencies are gonna burst. It's just when it will happen. Because, as you said, supply and demand, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the price is so high right now, people are selling off their graphics cards, right, for money.
Mm-hmm.
And Nvidia and stuff are pumping graphics cards into the system. When the bubble bursts, there's gonna be way too much demand. like supply and not enough demand.
Exactly, and then it's going to drive the prices completely down, which is
downwards.
You know,
which is good for gamers, not for the industry.
I think
there's going to be a lot of leftover hardware. I don't know. Would it be good for the industry?
I don't think it would be bad for the industry because it would relieve them.
There'd be a lot of powerful cards out there. Yeah, there'd be a lot of powerful cards out there for very cheap. Suddenly, it would make as soon as cryptocurrency bursts, PC gaming might legitimately be able to build a fantastic PC for 400 quid.
I'm not sure on the CPU front, but I mean, nowadays, yes, because of Ryzen. But definitely GPU-wise, you used to be able to pick up when Bitcoin crashed in, what was it, 2013, 2014?
I believe so, yeah.
2015, I think it was. When that happened, there was massive influx of AMD GPUs.
Yeah.
So, and they got very cheap. That's how the R9 290 became from, say, a 400, 500 pound graphics card. In the space of less than 6 months, it became worth £150 used, and you could buy it brand new for 300.
Exactly. It is completely supply and demand, and just because don't get me wrong, this cryptocurrency will burst. It's the most volatile market out right now, probably even more volatile than stocks. Simply with the fact that there's literally nobody backing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's no backing us. If a company says, no, we're not going to take this, they're not going to take it. It's completely up to them. As soon as it bursts, 1080s and 580s and 1070 Ti's and shit, they'll be pushed out onto the market for cheap. Because cryptocurrency miners are like, we want as much money out of these as we can. If we can't make a profit on them, might as well sell them.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you see people with, the massive, big farming, rigs. When I say massive, I mean the people who have them in their shed or something like that, or in their garage.
Yeah.
And they got maybe 10, 20, sometimes 40. That's kind of like the mid-level consumer for. It's not like a business actually doing it, but it's kind of like an enthusiast at home actually doing and making money out of it. They're the people who are going to have to sell stuff, and they're probably the people who's going to be hit the hardest, but they probably won't care by that point because they would have made most of their money back.
The thing is, though, is whether they will make the money back. Because I don't know how much money...
Not from the graphics cards, but from mining, they probably will have made all the money which they spent on the GPUs back, and then plus however much they...
Alright, but think about it this way, right? Think about it this way. This will only happen due to a Bitcoin market crash. Let's just say Bitcoin. Don't bother saying cryptocurrency.
Okay.
I know what it actually is. Saying that, they will have lost a lot of money due to the crash. Whatever they have in Bitcoin is worth almost nothing.
It depends, though, because some people store it. Some people look at the... I know people who I've spoken to... They've always said stuff they've always looked at the trading stocks and whatever else, and they've then gone ahead and just looked for peaks and just literally sold off their Bitcoin whenever certain points whenever they could,
Yeah, definitely. But what I'm saying is that then probably not going to have made their money back if they are just storing it. They're going to have lost a whole lot of money.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think they're going to try and scrounge as much money back as possible.
If you know friends, I've spoken to people, and I'm not going to disclose any names, but people I know at my school have been like, hey, yo, Chris, I know you have a pretty decent PC. Do you do any mining? And at one point I did do some small little mining with NiceHash.
Yeah.
And so I think I made something like 20 quid off NiceHash and just sold it on to some friends for actual cash, right?
Yeah.
And I don't want to say what they were using the Bitcoin currency for.
Oh.
I mean, they didn't exactly tell me either directly, but the types of people who are asking, I'm friends with them. They're not doing anything in my opinion that's immoral.
Yeah.
And that was okay for me, as long as they weren't doing anything that was immoral with the Bitcoin. And like, I didn't ask them what they were doing with it, but like they were asking me if I had Bitcoin, which I could give to them. The reason being because Bitcoin's easy to track if you're being sold it by, a big company.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, people will do that kind of individually, which also brings up like the security question. And people have always said, why do people actually need Bitcoin? Why do they need cryptocurrencies?
A lot of it is it's very hard to track by a government.
And literally the argument people make is, well, who needs to use that? Who needs to hide from the government?
Yeah.
And I think money-wise, I think I see their point.
Definitely. The thing is, though, not a lot of people may not be doing shady stuff, though. It's just sometimes people don't want the government in everything that they do.
I know, yeah, like some of the people that I spoke to say that kind of thing, but I'm not sure I buy it 100%,
I know what you mean, yeah.
Like,
no, definitely, but there's definitely merit there. Like, there's definitely an argument to be made that you may not want.
Yeah, I get, like, it's an invasion of privacy. People can, like, abuse it, whatever else.
But the thing is, though, the only real time that you're going to need that's going to be an issue is that if you are doing something that is sketchy.
Yeah, exactly. But I am... I'm slightly torn. Like, I made 20 quid off it and selling it to a friend, a couple of friends, on the, just a couple of friends that I know in person. And, they're not like the type of people who are going to be doing anything immoral. Not necessarily totally legal though, but that's not the point.
Okay.
As long, like, not mentioning any names or anything, like, I didn't ask them what they were going to buy with it, but I kind of had an idea in my head that these are the type of people who do that kind of stuff, what else are they going to buy with it? And they haven't said anything about it, and I haven't said anything about it. We kind of made a trade, and, like, I don't see an issue with that, especially with, like, petty kind of drugs like weed.
Yeah.
Which literally has less harmful effects to the body than alcohol.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy, but I don't know. That's just me.
I personally, like, I don't want to do drugs, right?
I don't really care.
I don't really care. Like, I have this... I've recently gotten this mentality, actually. I've got a very... If you need to numb your body to have a good time, then isn't that kind of sad?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand if like that's what you're doing for a good time. Like, I like having a beer with my mates, right? But it's more the social aspect, not necessarily the numbing myself aspect. Because after like some alcohol, you do get a bit more fun, depending on the type of...
Yeah. Relax.
Yeah.
Some people, not me.
Yeah, no, pretty much. And it's just it's do you do weed or like any drugs or drink for the social aspect, or do you do it just for doing it? Do you do it to numb yourself? Because if I do, then I think there's an issue. And I think that's more sad than, well, let's say, playing video games.
I think that numbing has a place, but in moderation. I get your argument in that kind of sake, but like
I'm not judging anybody.
I feel like if you like, rough week or whatever in the office, come back Friday night, just fucking roll up a blunt and just smoke, for like Friday evening, and that's like all you do, then I don't really see a problem with that.
I don't see a problem with it.
It's just a way of relaxing easily after like hard week or some shit. I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I've never done it. I mean, I've got friends who do it, and I don't really care. Like, I don't really associate myself too much with them.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But like, yeah, it's chill.
This kind of went off course.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Oh, I'm so sad. Why didn't I buy that Titan? No, legit.
Oh, yeah.
65 quid, he said he'd do. 65 quid for a Titan Z. That would have just been cool to whack in a system. GTX
That would have
Titan.
been really cool.
Let's get rid of it, Kent. Just go everywhere. I don't... UK. Titan X, 495 quid. That's not even a bad deal.
Yeah, that really went off course.
Titan X Maxwell. Titan X 12GB with heat killer water block. Ooh. That's a nice water block. 599 quid though. I do not appreciate that.
I know, appreciate. Dude, I'm just checking out the Sub-Zero, right, on CSGO.
Counter-Strike.
It's pretty cool, actually.
I'm sorry.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
495. That's like 500 quid. Fuck my 1080. I want a Titan X.
I want a Titan Z.
Should I actually?
Do it.
495 for a Titan X. My excuse would be, but my render times.
But Miranda. Miranda times.
Would you switch for 1080? Plox? I need money. 10 money.
Yeah, 1080 for Titan Z.
Titan X I was actually looking at, man.
Oh, that's actually not fair. That's actually quite a fair trade as well.
It would be a fair trade, but I would be losing out on performance for cool ability.
Yeah, for cool ability. And not like cool as in like keeping it cool.
To be fair, it's probably got a better cooler than my one. They're both reference. Yeah, I didn't say I keep it cooler. It's a higher TDP card, but
yeah,
like it's probably a better cooler.
I know what you mean.
You know what? Fuck it. I know what I'm gonna do. The one graphics card that GPU mining has not affected the price of, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna sell my house, sell my 1080, basically my house, and I'm gonna buy a GT210, man.
GT210, do it.
16 stream processors.
Oh man,
it's got a gig of memory.
Oh,
that's
shit.
pretty impressive, actually. I thought it'd have like 1024 MB.
A whole gig,
like a whole gigabyte, and not like 3/4.
I'm actually
no, not like 7/8. There we go. Me good at maths.
Me good maths.
It's fanless as well, so you know it's going to be super productivity related work ethic thing.
Be very quiet.
Gaming.
Yeah. Words. More
Gaming.
More words.
Gaming. GPU.
Gaming. Ha 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 ha.
Can run League of Legends at 30 FPS.
Yeah. Can run League.
You know, League is like the best optimized game as well.
It's not exactly a hard game to run.
Well, it's like, well, no, that's the thing. It's all done like server side, isn't it? It's all rendered server side and then just streamed to you. You can literally play it on anything.
Well, the map literally is like a 2D background with like a bit of 3D mesh over it.
Yeah, it's sick, boy.
Too bad it's a bad game. Whoa, roasted.
I don't think I'm gonna sell my Xeon. Well, I might sell my Xeon. I don't think I'm gonna sell my X99 system.
Huh? Yeah, X99.
I don't think I'm gonna sell my X99 system because it doesn't make sense. I'm just gonna keep it for like the next 5 years.
Yeah, get like a 5920K.
How much is a Titan X at CEX? I reckon they have it cheap. Titan with a capital N.
Titan.
X. Titan X. 530 quid for a Titan X Maxwell. Oh, Titan X Maxwell. No, it's Titan X Maxwell. 690 quid for a Titan X Pascal. And then
Pascal.
800 quid for a Titan XP Pascal.
Pascal.
STFU.
Lamu.
What am I looking for? Something like a i7 5930K. 160 quid and they got it in stock. 160 quid for a 5930K.
Oh shit.
Oh no, it's out of stock. I thought it was in stock. They used to have it in stock.
Now they don't.
What about a 5960X? Because that's like the only one I was actually considering getting. 355 quid. It's like a worse kind of thing, you know?
I don't know, I'm kind of mixed on graphics cards because nothing really... It's like phones, right? I've not been interested in a phone since I got mine.
Yeah, basically. Well, no, I looked at the Essential phone and I thought, hey, that's really cool. Look, it's got no bezels. And then I was like, that's really, really cool. I like that. And then, like, I don't know, 4 months later, Apple were just like, oh yeah, we got this new phone out. It's going to be so innovative. It's got no bezels.
Yeah.
It's just like,
and it's just like, that already exists.
And, no, I'm happy that Apple did it because Apple are the trend setters as much as I dislike the company because they don't do good stuff.
You know what I really love about Apple right now? The iPhone X didn't sell at all, right? Like compared to what they meant. So the actual displays are going for dirt cheap on the market. So there's a bunch of phones coming out with iPhone X quality displays that are like really cheap. Have you heard about that?
No, but I'm happy.
Yeah, go and look up, dude.
Have you seen the Samsung Galaxy S9 or whatever it is?
It looks like an S8.
I don't even know the difference, to be honest. Oh look, it's ridiculous. The good thing, I love it when new phones come out because I could just get the old one for like way cheaper.
I didn't really like the S8 though. I don't like the Infinity Edge display. I'm not a fan. No, I don't like the curve on it.
Oh, yeah, okay, no, fair enough. My friend's got an S8. Yeah. I've got an Infinity Edge display on my laptop.
No, I meant like on like the curve of it.
Yeah, I know. I got an Infinity Edge display on my laptop, aren't I cool?
Wait, what?
Yeah. I've got an XPS 15, dude.
Wait, that has curved edges?
No, I don't think it's called Infinity Edge. But like it's basically means it's just got super thin bezels.
Oh, okay. No, I just don't like the display on like, especially when like this the glass is so expensive. You got to put a case on it, but when you put a case on it, it becomes a flat screen pretty much.
Oh, hi, Bram.
Hey,
you like being in streams?
Yes.
Stream snipper.
Are you streaming right now?
Yeah, we're doing a podcast. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say something kinda private. You remember about April? About that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's better not to say that on stream, possibly.
Yeah, okay. I'll call you back or something, man. Or I'll message you or something.
I need private details. So.
Wink,
well, if you want to end the podcast here, it's been about half an hour.
I can't. My thing crashed when I searched up XPS 15.
I wonder why.
XPS 15 images. The same thing happens. It just crashes. Wow.
I'm gonna leave you to be.
I'm literally gonna just end it here. Alright guys, if you did enjoy the podcast, tune in next week. A couple new videos coming out throughout the week. Couple meaning one. Look forward to seeing those when you do. Until then, take care, have a nice day.
I'm here too.